Welcome to Chapter 8, Consumer Mathematics. 8.1 is percents, taxes, and inflations, and that's where we lead off today. One of the great things I think about Chapter 8 is that it is most relevant to all of our lives because it talks about all of the financial math that goes into our everyday lives. But before we can get into the really good stuff, the really fun stuff, we have to first have a basis of understanding, and that's where the percents, taxes, and inflation starts out. Let's just jump in here. We're going to look at example 1 on page 387, writing percents as decimals. Right above it, it says that the word percent is derived from the Latin percentium, which means per 100. And that's important because 100 is going to go a long ways in figuring these things out, either by dividing by 100 or multiplying by 100. So example 1 says to write each of the following percents in decimal form. In part A here, they give us two values. They give us 36% as the first one, and then they give us 19.32% as the second one. Now, the way we want to attack this is one of two ways. Either we take the 36% and we say it's 36 divided by 100, and if you put that into your calculator, you'll find out that it ends up being 0.36, or we can take 36, considering our percentage as a 36, and put our decimal point right here. And that decimal point would move 2 spaces, as in 2 spaces to the left, and would also end up as 0.36. Doesn't matter which way you like to do it. Either way will produce the same end result. Now, if we move down to 19.32%, it goes much the same way. Either we can take 19.32 and divide it by 100, or you can take 1932 with our decimal point, either move that decimal point 2 places to the left, or take 19.32 and divide it by 100, and either way you're going to get 0.1932. Moving on to part B, this time we're going the opposite way. They're giving us the decimal, and they want us to write it as a percent. And so there's 2 ways to do this one as well. Let's put both of the values here. We got 0.29 and 354. And we do the opposite of what we did before. Either we multiply this by 100, or we move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So if we take 29, or 0.29 as it were, and multiply that by 100, or we take our 0.29 and we take our decimal place and go 2 spaces to the right. Either way, the answer is going to be 29%. 0.354, same thing. We take 0.354 times 100, or we take 0.354 and we move that decimal point 2 places to the right, and we end up with 35.4%. And that's how we want to do converting percents to decimals and decimals to percents.